demons or the curse like energies, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that'll be it for Jujutsu Kaisen. Now we'll head over to Promised Neverland, and then I guess too many things happen towards this. I guess two main things I want to talk about. Like there's one at the later part, but the first part, I think I want a shout out to, I think, was it Sasha? Did you predict that Sonju was like not really the type of person we should trust? Because when he revealed that he wanted to eat all the kids eventually and eat the humans, I was like, whoa, I was not expecting this turn of events here. Like, I don't know. Was it just me or
Either.
okay?
I don't know if I predicted that. I just said, this man gonna die.
Oh.
So, yep.
Okay, I thought someone predicted it last week, but I was not expecting that change of like, I don't know if it's change of character, but like I was not. That threw me off so much when he.
You have to.
Hey man, he had his reasons, right? That's like he's just a naturalist, He's like, oh, I don't like this farm bred meat. Give me the natural shit.
It feels very weird. It's like a vegan saying like, oh, like I can't eat like farm grown meat, but if it's natural and I hunt it myself, that's perfectly fine. It feels so contradictory.
If you think about it in the lens of like, supposedly this is still because of his religion, isn't it? Like they're allowed to eat the food that is naturally raised.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely is a part of it, but then it's like at the end of the day, just instinctual. He's probably just more so being like, all right, like. Yeah. This is what we do, so I won't be like the other demons who, are eating this farm-raised food. I'll eat the descendants of these kids that are, as Brian said, more natural, and that's fair game for me. I have no problems with that.
It made me really sad. Like, when he smiled and he had all the teeth and he looked so evil, I was like, no, I fell for
the thing. Yeah, you become too comfy, and then it's like, nope, a demon's a demon at the end of the day.
I just think it as like an organic diet per se. Like everything's organic, so you're good.
Damn.
I did just like how they showed how badass he is too when he went back and met with the pursuers and just dismantled the shit out of them. Like, so he just likes to fight and he wants to eat. So.
Interesting, but it seems like the girl really has no interest in that at all. Seems like she really did grow close to them and would like to be friends, and she probably should have just gone with them to help protect them.
Yeah, she's probably his cousin.
Taylor, just sound your voice. It sounds like you're still shaken up by the revelation.
So shaken up. And then I went and told Stratton about it, and he was like, well, they're demons, right? And I was like, but they have a different religion. He's like, didn't
this one was
call
different
this last week?
That's what they all say.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know who called it then, because I don't remember saying it, but maybe it was.
Stratton called it. He doesn't even watch the damn show, but he called it.
He did? God damn it. That's the worst.
He said Brian called it.
Oh, did Brian call it? Well, props to Brian then.
Hey, didn't even know I did that.
Okay.
Take the kudos.
That's the best.
But that's like
I gotta say,
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, this whole show or this whole episode gave me the vibes where you knew something bad was gonna happen, and I'm talking about A, the ending, and then B, obviously Jericho Legolas, committing to killing kids. Because Game of Thrones did a similar thing where like the episode that starts off the lightest and it soothes you and eases you into this lulled sense of just, oh, this is so lighthearted and nice and they're finally not struggling. Bam, bam, they all die at the end. So I just had a feeling. I'm like, I think this episode's starting off too nice for us. And so when he cracked that grin and was like, I'm gonna eat them. I like them kids. Yeah. I was like, okay. And just wait, it's gonna go. They're gonna find something nice, such as the shelter, and then they're gonna find something messed up. So
that's what I was gonna bring up too. The second part is like the other big revelation this episode was. I mean, I was thinking that too. Like when they found the shelter, I was like, wow, this is so convenient. Like, what's gonna go wrong here? And then we find the help sign, and you know how like you and Taylor were saying how. I think we're all saying how we kind of missed season one with the tension with the house. I think now we're gonna get that back with this shelter and like the mystery behind like William Minerva and all that. So,
yep, I agree. I was actually a little bit surprised that at least like Emma or Ray, neither one of them went down there and was like, "This seems too convenient. Like this seems like a perfect setup. How does this exist?" I mean, everything seems pretty well surveyed in the area. It seems unlikely that this huge shelter could exist without anybody knowing about it. Like, I'm getting some Lost vibes where it's like where the Dharma Initiative was setting up like stations around the island telling people they have to follow these rules. But the experiment was really just to see if the people followed the rules year after year. Like I'm picturing some sort of like weird mental game here, but probably not. They mostly just want to eat them. But that's what I would like because as David said, that was fun from the first season.
Yeah, it's definitely picking up. I got those vibes. I got a hot take for you guys. This is me going in that direction again.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, Dr. Minerva, demon. Dr. Minerva, spoiler alert, but not spoiler alert because I've never read the manga. He is the creator of that religion that they have to abide by. And a sick, twisted piece of me thinks that he wants the top of the top, like the smartest kids who are able to pick up on his clues to escape from the farm. And he leads them here after they think they've gotten away as the ultimate, like, nah, I got the best, and I'm gonna eat them with my
That's actually a really good
Dude,
idea.
I had that thought too, that he was actually like orchestrating all this too. It wasn't as in depth as yours, but he's got to be evil.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to like what's that series called? I think Maze Runner. I know the movies aren't that great, but from a novelist perspective, it's kind of a similar. Like you get out of one situation and you think, oh, I'm good, and it's like, nope, this is just another layer to the mystery or to the depression of the current world, whatever it may be.
Actually, now that Sash said that, because the sign said help, I wonder if he did that with other farms too. Then he put clues in the other farms and led kids to that area just so we can like feast on them later. So that's what I'm thinking now too.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but it always feels like, I mean, from all the other shows that I've watched where they have a similar setup, you know, there's supposed to be a sanctuary or a safe haven or something. They always end up being cannibals or having other problems. It's always something.
Yeah. I think I could definitely see it too with just how they were showing all the kids now being happy of like, oh, we can finally, you know, stop being on the run for a little bit. They have water, they have a garden, and you know, I think even the one kid starts crying when they're in the bathroom or whatever, the sauna area. And he's just like, I don't even know why I'm crying. Like, we weren't gone for that long, but he's just happy, you know, to finally not be stressed and running for his life.
Dude, he gonna be crying. Next episode.
Yeah, continue that.
He's gonna have tears in his eyes, like, my guys, I'm scared. He's gonna feel an alien tongue to lick his tears, like Cartman in South Park.
Oh no! Wrap around his head, take his head off or something.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
So I'm thinking like the whole like entire shelter is like bugged with security cameras or something. So now we gotta do the whole like more of the mind games where like, now we have to do all this in secret, like without saying anything because you're being watched all the time. So if they go that direction, I'm looking forward to more mind games again. So again, like similar to season 1. So I'm really excited for where this go. Like I actually like having them being in the shelter and having an idea like maybe they have to escape from the shelter eventually.
I agree.
Agreed.
I thought the last episode was so episode 2. I'm like, okay, we needed that episode to set things up for the rest of the story. But I thought this upcoming episode that just happened, I thought, you know what, this is either going to dial up the interest a lot or it's going to keep it somewhere level where you're like, all right, I'm kind of feeling this, but I'm more watching it just because of the first season. But now I'm very, very invested into the season.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad they got to the bunker within this immediate episode. It wasn't another episode of like, hey, we got out of the forest, but now we're in this big desert wasteland and we had to watch them, you know, navigate that area. They're just like, nope, we got that.
Yeah, it could easily just been like another episode of them like just continuing in the forest or being lost or doing that 5-day journey or whatever. So that was really nice.
Well, Promised Neverland's always been pretty good at that. It's always had very good pacing. It's one of the things I like a lot about the show.
Yeah, but it was still like it was all in like the house area. So like you didn't know what they were gonna go with like the outside world because so much of it was unknown compared to like, you know, we know what this house in like the yard looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I am very curious to see that underground tunnel that's behind like the piano, where that leads to and who's coming in that way. Because
right, I forgot about that.
Because Jericho Legolas.
You wouldn't be able to sleep like that, knowing that there were tunnels connecting to the. I couldn't sleep knowing that. Like that would freak me out so bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to. I'd probably just hug the strongest kid there and be like, "Hey, I'm really scared. I just want to sleep with you." I'm like, carry me.
I think if they were finding like these hidden tunnels and like the help me room at like different times, because it felt like they never came together and were like, hey, So maybe next week's episode, they'll all be like, all right, we have the help me room, we have the piano room, and we have this telephone call or whatever. But
yeah, so a lot set up for next week's episode. So we'll
glorious.
See. Yes, so we'll see what discussion we'll have for next week's episode, where they decide to show us.